this world that's filled with so much noise and information, how do we really stand out and be who we were really meant to be? In this podcast, we focus on injecting you with positivity, optimism, and strategies, all centered around helping you be who you were always meant to be in business and life. Be inspired to show up in your own skin to learn strategies, habits, and skills from others as we share our own life journeys and stories. There's no other you, and you know yourself better than anyone else. So be prepared to take away habitual tidbits, tactics that will encourage you to pursue and live your life, not the one others want you to live. Welcome to Stand Out Be You, where you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be you. So, I could not deny speaking on this topic, especially after hearing 2 to 3 of our Stand Out Be You guests mention it in their episodes. Our biggest obstacle to success is us. And that topic is self-sabotage. The rest of the world is too busy. We don't even think about this to really get in our own way. We are the ones that stand in our own way. Because the rest of the world is too busy to stand in our way, that's good news. However, if your lack of success is your fault, you can take steps to address the situation, and we can do it together. There are a variety of ways we sabotage ourselves. We procrastinate, think negatively, have harmful habits. There's a quote that I like. We have met the enemy and he is us. Be honest with yourself and look at the times in your life when success slipped right through your fingers. Can you see how you're at least a little bit to blame? We all are. When we sabotage ourselves, we really cannot blame anyone else but us. Most times, the only person that we could truly blame is the person that we're looking at in the mirror. I put together a few strategies that will help us really take on self-sabotage and claim our rights back to the success and what it is that we should have and get back on the right path. Now, I want you to really listen and try maybe 1, 2, or all of them. However, at least think about what I'm saying here to you today and give some of them a try. And some of them you will have already heard before, but hey, it does not hurt to actually be reminded. The first one is be clear regarding what you want. One way to sabotage yourself is to keep changing your mind. You might spend months and months working toward one goal, and then all of a sudden you change your mind. This indecisiveness is, I will tell you, a success killer. Be clear about what you want and then go forward and be consistent with it. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot go back and tweak here and there, but I'm saying you cannot go forward and tweak anything if you're not clear from the beginning. Notice where you're wasting time. We waste so much time these days. And when we do this, when we're wasting time, it only increases the procrastination that's in our life. Do you watch too much TV? Are you constantly watching YouTube videos? Are you constantly on Facebook? Are you on social media all the time? Are you going shopping? Are you having a snack? Can you not just stop moving? You can't stop yourself from wasting time unless you recognize from the beginning that you are wasting time. Make a list of the time wasters. When you make a list, you're actually acknowledging that behavior and it causes you to pay more attention to it. Now, understand that time wasters really feel good in the short term. However, remember the big picture. Remember your goals and your dreams. What will happen down the road if you continue to waste time? Consider what you will not get done. The next one, I say this, and I know that you've heard me mention this before, is to stop negative talk. Stop speaking in a negative way to yourself. Life is already challenging enough than for you to be so hard on yourself. You don't have to make things even more difficult by telling yourself the negative things and getting in your own way. Monitor that. Make sure that you're watching the words that come out of your mouth about yourself. If you catch yourself speaking poorly about yourself, stop and say something positive instead. The next one is to change your circle. Hang out with more positive, supportive people. The people that you are around can sabotage your efforts. This is really a kind of underlying form of self-sabotage because you're choosing the friends that you know will actually hold you back. Make the necessary adjustments to spend time with those that are going to support you in your success or support you in what you're trying to do. And then learn to deal with discomfort. Self-sabotage is a strategy for dealing with discomfort. If you are feeling uncomfortable at all and you've never felt that before, it's a good thing. Don't run from it. When individuals tend to run from it, they're allowing themselves to let self-sabotage sink in. Understand that discomfort. It is necessary if you want to change in your life, if you want your life to be more meaningful. It is okay to feel a little bit discomfort. All roads to success actually happened from a level of discomfort. Visualize. I want you to next visualize your success. The ideas of your dreams or success might be kind of stressful to think about, especially if you have failed at it before or if you have not reached the goals before. However, part of you might believe it's better to strike a deal and just settle for whatever comes your way. And that's not the truth. Visualize what it is that you want. And when you see that, don't self-sabotage yourself by thinking that you should actually have less. Take a few moments each day and visualize yourself being where you want to be. Notice how it feels. Keep this routine until that feeling becomes natural. That feeling of, this is where I always wanted to be. Think about why you might find failure more appealing than actual success. Sometimes we'd rather settle in failure than go after the success. Think about why you're feeling this way. What are your advantages and your disadvantages of failing? And the next one and the last is to avoid comparing yourself to others. We compare ourselves so much, and I think more so now with social media than ever before. You don't know truly that other person and what they're going through or where they've been unless they have actually told you. But you can't be on the outside looking at someone else and comparing yourself to them. Everyone is better than you at something is not a good way of looking at it. This person can do that better than me is not a way of looking at it. Dig deeper inside of yourself. Stop comparing yourself and your weaknesses to someone that actually might have strengths in that. One way you can do is if you really know them, you can actually collaborate together. Their weaknesses may be your strengths may be their weaknesses. Come together. You can always improve from where you were last week. That is the key to all of this. That is the key to success. It's the key to being you. It's the key to being happy. It's the key to actually going after your dreams. It is not easy to notice how you get in your own way. It's not easy to see it. However, I want you to begin to examine your habits and your past failures. I want you to start thinking about, do you expect to be happy or succeed, or do you start searching for the excuses of where you can fit the failure in there? Success can be so scary. Sitting within ourselves could be so scary, and sometimes we can allow that scary to step in, and then we just allow the failure to take over. And this is particularly true if failure has become part of your norm. So stop getting in your own way. Stop. You can enhance the results you've been experiencing and discover the joys of life, success, and most of all, you. I'm Tequila Dodard, and thank you for listening to this episode of Life Lessons. I hope that you enjoyed, and if so, please do me a favor and subscribe, and also share with some other friends so they can come and take a listen as well. And until next time, remember that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you.